Good afternoon, my name is Johan Porres, apprentice radiotherapy. Today I will talk about skeletal system, the function, the structure and the care. The function of the skeletal system. It is the body system composed of bones, cartilage, ligaments and other tissues that perform an essential function for the human body. Bone tissues is a hard and dense connective tissues that form most of the adult skeleton, the internal support structure of the body. In the areas of the skeleton where the whole bones move together. For example, joints such as the shoulder or between the bones of the spine. The cartilage, a semi-rigid form of connective tissues, provide flexibility and smooth surfaces for movement. In addition, dense connective tissues, ligament, surround this joint, uniting skeletal element. A ligament is dense connective tissue that connects bones to other bones. Together, they perform the following function. In the image, we see the functions: protect internal organs, store and releases fat, produces blood cells, store and releases mineral, facilitate movement, support the body. Support, movement and protection. When you move, you can feel your bone supporting you, facilitating your movement and protection the serve organ in your body. The bones facilitate the movement, serving as point of union for the muscles. The bones also protect the internal organs from injuries by covering them. For example, the ribs protect the lungs and heart. The bones in your spine protect your spinal cord, and the bones in your skull protect your brain. And storage of mineral and fats, formation of blood cells. At metabolic level, bone tissue perform several critical functions. Bone tissues act as a reservoir of several important minerals for the functioning of the body, especially calcium and phosphorus. These minerals incorporate into bone tissues, can be released back into the bloodstream to maintain the level needed to support physiological processes. Bones also serve as a site for storing fat and producing blood cells, the unique connective tissue that fill the inside of most bone is known as bone marrow. In the image of the coronal section of the left femur, we see ring marrow, spongy bone, yellow marrow, compact bone. The skeletal system includes at the bones, cartilage, and ligament of the body that support and shape the body and body structures, while the skeleton is formed by the bones of the body. For adults, there are 206 bones. The bone of head. The head of the human being is composed of 28 bones in total, and these are divided in the three parts: the cranium, 8 bones of the cranium, 1 frontal bones, 2 parietal bones, 1 occipital bones, 2 temporal bones, 1 sphenoid bones, 1 ethmoid bones. In the face, nasal, lacrimal, inferior nasal concha, maxillar, mandible, palatine, zygomatic, bumen. 18 facial bone. In the middle ear, 6 middle ear, 2 hammer, 2 emble, 2 strap. The skeleton is subdivided into 2 main divisions: axial skeleton and appendicular skeleton. The axial skeleton. The axial skeleton forms the central axis of the body, including all the bones of the head, neck, chest, and back. It serves to protect the brain, spinal cord, hair, heart, and lung. It also serves a binding place for the muscles that move the head, neck, and back, and for the muscles that act through the shoulder and hip to move their limbs. The adult axial skeleton consists of 80 bones, comprising the skull, the spine, and the ribs cage. The skull made up of 22 bones, 7 other bones, including the hyoid bones, found at the top of the neck, and the ear bones, 3 small bones found in each middle ear, are also associated with the head. The spine consists of 24 bones, 7 cervical vertebrae, 12 dorsal vertebrae, 5 lumbar vertebrae, plus fused vertebrae of the sacrum and coccyx. The rib cage includes 12 pairs of ribs and the sternum. In this image, we see the axial skeleton and the appendicular skeleton. In the axial skeleton, we find a skull, sternum, ribs, spine vertebrae, and coccyx. And the appendicular skeleton, we find clavicles, scapula, humerus, pelvic girdle, radius, ulna, carpal, metacarpal, phalanx, femur, patella, tibia, fibula, tarsal, metatarsal, phalanx. The appendicular skeleton includes all the bones of the upper and lower limbs, plus the pectoral and pelvic bone that being each linked to the axial skeleton. There are 126 in an adult appendicular skeleton. The lower part of the appendicular skeleton is a specialist for stability when walking or running. The upper part of the appendicular skeleton has greater mobility and movement ranges, characteristics that allow it to lift and transport objects. Classification according to the form. The bones that make up the adult skeleton are divided in 5 categories according to their form: long bone, short bone, flat bone, irregular bone, sesamoid bone. In this image, we see some example of some bones according to the classification according to the form. For example, in the sternum is a flat bone. In the femur is a long bone. In the patella is a sesamoid bone. In the vertebra is irregular bone. Anatomy of the bones. A long bone has two main regions: diaphysis and epiphysis. Diaphysis is the tubular hollow axis that extends between the proximal and distal end of the bone. Inside the diaphysis is the medullary cavity, which is filled with yellow bone marrow in adults. The outer wall of the diaphysis, bare cortical bone, are composed of a compact dense bone, a form of bone tissues. In this image, we see the proximal epiphysis, metaphysis, diaphysis, distal epiphysis, articular cartilage, spongy bone, epiphyseal line, red bone marrow, endosteum, compact bone, medullary cavity, yellow bone marrow, periosteum, nutrient artery. Care of the skeletal system to have healthy and strong bones. Exercise on a regular basis. Have a healthy diet rich in calcium. Don't smoke. Reduce the consumption of alcohol. Avoid falling over. Take some vitamin D. Correct position. Thank you. Bye.